I think it's very heartening and refreshing that the African Development Bank is realizing that the future of our continent, not just the future, is our young people, but the now is our young people, and that we need to be doing things that bring out the best out of our young people. I'm particularly pleased that there's a realization that there is a mismatch between the type of graduates that we produce as a continent and the needs of our economy. I'm very gratified that we are all tilting towards TVET, towards science, towards entrepreneurship. So that is gratifying. I'm also encouraged that more and more countries are realizing that the traditional way of looking at risk as opposed to the indigenous way of understanding what our true risks are. Some of what we consider to be risks, or some of what we have considered to be risks in the past, are really perceived risks and not really risks for us. So I'm very encouraged that Africa is beginning to realize that there are things that actually are not risks, but are actually opportunities for the African people. I'm encouraged by the idea that African countries are beginning to realize that the idea of national borders is self-made, and that we are all one nation, and that if we are to succeed, then we need to do things collectively. We need to co-invest, we need to co-educate, we need to co-build infrastructure, we need to, so I think that the meetings are very encouraging, that Africa is beginning to realize that it is the future, that Africa has all it takes to be a superpower, that Africa has the best and brightest, that Africa is beautiful, that Africa is the place to be, that Africa is, Africa is the music, it's the beauty, it's the poetry, it's the everything. And so that is giving me a lot of encouragement.
Before I let you go, Mr. Vice President, just to also touch on the tariffs and the debt, your comment on that, how is the region going to handle this? Is this a blessing or a curse?
Well, look, I think that every country has an obligation to its own people, and no one and no nation can be prescribing to other nations about how they should be handling their economic or their trade policy. But our understanding, not just as SADC, but as modern nations, is that prosperity is best when nations collaborate and do things together.